Hi everyone, it's Pam. Welcome back to my channel, Simple Solo Living. I hope you're having a great weekend. I meant to make this update a few weeks ago and I went back to work and of course life got in the way again. Been busy. Didn't get a chance to give you guys an update. So the update, and I have it's good news. I did have another ortho surgeon appointment, was at the end of October. Another x-ray was taken. The good news is I don't need surgery of any kind on my bone, on my shoulder, my arm, my humerus, upper proximal humerus is what is the actual bone that got broken. There were two mildly displaced pieces, and I was nervous. It was touch and go for a few weeks because when I would take my arm out of the sling to exercise and stretch it, if I moved it in a certain way, you could definitely feel like a bone shifting. You could hear it clicking. It's just gross. And I was convinced, like, if this doesn't go away, I'm going to need surgery to screw them back in place. But what did happen was every few days, the clicking got not as noticeable. The shifting was not happening, was not that noticeable. So when I went in for the x-ray on the 29th, you could see a lot of soft callus was starting to form. The two bone pieces had gravitated back towards the main bone. They were reattaching. Really good news. And this actually is the case for most fractures of this kind to this part of the body. They've done studies and they've determined that it doesn't necessarily lead to a better outcome than letting it heal naturally. Now, make no mistake, if I had the piece, out of like alignment and really like had moved out of the way, then no question, it would have been a no-brainer. I would have had the surgery done, but thankfully that was not necessary. So I have to go back next week, the day before Thanksgiving, for yet another appointment, another x-ray. Hopefully things are starting to get really hard and starting to solidify here. And I've started physical therapy, and that's been great. I was nervous, a little apprehensive about beginning PT because it can be a painful process, but everyone said you have to do it. Everything is just so weak. It's crazy how like sore and weak your muscles get from not utilizing them for like 3-4 weeks, but everything is like super stiff and sore. So I found a really awesome physical therapist. She's a real sweetheart. Her and her husband run their own little private clinic, and you're one-on-one with her. You're the only two people in the office when you have your session. There's no other patients in there. You don't have to overhear or see someone else having their PT done. So I'm really glad that I picked her versus like a huge PT place that's got like several clients in there at once. The exercises that she gave me, I can tell, like just after one session, started to make a big difference. And I do them at home. She gave me the directions on how to do them at home. And I'm confident that I'll make by tomorrow. I have to go tomorrow after work, and she'll measure me and see how much progress I've made. And I'm confident that I've made a little progress over the weekend. I was kind of sore on Friday and I had to rest it, and I had to rest it again yesterday. But doing pretty well. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like there's a little less pain, there's a little bit, things feel a little looser, not quite as tight, and a little more range of motion, which is great, which is what you want. She actually was really impressed at how far what I could do with my right arm, my good arm. She said, I'm more flexible than the average person. That means this arm shoulder has a lot to strive for, but she was confident that I'll regain most, if not all, of my range of motion back. She thinks I'll do really well. And that's what I'm going for. Like I want 100% range of motion back. Who wouldn't? Or at least like 90, between 90 and 100% would be fantastic. But things have gotten really well, and yeah, I returned to work. I was working from home for about a week, and then when I was able to get my bad hand up on the steering wheel high enough to be able to hold it with both hands, then I returned to work. And yeah, it's just, you work full time and then the weekends come and I have to get cooking and cleaning done. And the process has been a little slower doing everything with one hand, one arm. That was like really slowing everything down too. But I'm back in business and I want to thank everyone for their comments and their concerns and for all the new subscribers. And I really do want to resurrect this channel. I want to post a video maybe once a week. That's my goal. I may have to take notes and read from them, and I hope you guys don't mind if you see me reading from a piece of paper, but that's the only way I'm going to be able to remember everything that I want to say. And I don't know, I'm just brainstorming like money saving tips and things that I've learned and have gone through being single and living by myself, and the benefits of being single and childless at a certain age. And may not think there are. You might think like it's a sad life, but it actually is not. I actually think I was one of the lucky ones, and I do want to make a video about that because there's a lot of people from my generation that are getting divorced right now that had like miserable years in a marriage, and they're getting divorced and they're finding it's just not worth it to look for a relationship. I don't think it's worth it. That's my personal opinion because I've been burned and I've been hurt and disappointed so many times that after a while, I gave up. It's just not, to me, it's just not worth it. I just want to live my life, be happy, meet new people, make new friends, and whatever. If the right person comes along, great. But to me, it's going to be like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top of the cupcake type thing of, you have to be happy with yourself in your life and make your life a good one. And you can't be dependent on someone else to make you happy. It just doesn't work that way. So a lot of topics, I think, coming up, a lot of videos coming up on that topic. So anyways, thank you one and all for your support. Have a fantastic week. I hope to see you next weekend with a new video. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.